Okay, welcome to my little beer tender setup, my mini keg dispenser, right by my computer desk and all that. So I have it conveniently placed for frequent, sometimes too frequent use. Here we have this little Heineken label. As you can see, it's made for Heineken. Heineken has a proprietary keg that's supposed to fit into. But unlike other kegs, Heineken are self-powered, where it has a CO2 compressor inside the keg, which actually takes up space from the beer, and it also costs a little bit more. It also limits you to Heineken. So if you like to drink anything besides Heineken, you can do it the way I'm doing it. Here we have, of course, Heineken. It's Heineken, Heineken Light, and Newcastle are your three options with the standard beer tender setup. You can see that's the beer tender is the name, and that's the beer I just poured. You can see that this is not the color of a Heineken. It is not the color of a Newcastle. It is, however, my own IPA, which is delicious, by the way. You can see that I've drank most of it. This is an example of a keg that's gravity fed. So you can see the top just has a normal bung at the top. Actually, this I replaced with one that I bought online for like $5, I think. And after using the Widmer Brothers keg for the beer that was inside, I went ahead and emptied it, washed it out, and reused it for my own home brew. You can carbonate in this thing. I haven't had any problem with it, but and that's just natural carbonation. The forced carbonation, I'm not really sure that the seal you get with higher pressures may not be ideal. So I haven't tried it that way, and I don't think I'm going to try it that way, just because the risk of exploding, or maybe not exploding, but warping the metal and making it not suitable for inside the kegerator is pretty high. So I've seen it where these things have come out of shape just because of sunlight hitting them and whatnot on YouTube. This is an example of how I force carbonate before I put it in there. In fact, I did that with the brew that's in here right now. I used 2-liter bottles. Now this is just a smaller, obviously not 2 liters, but it's still a soda bottle. It was a Coke Zero bottle, I believe. And I put this little carbonator cap. It's called the Carbonator. A little Teflon tape for a better seal. And then one of these, you get it at Midwest Brewing Supplies or something like that. The Beverage Factory, I think that's where I got mine. And it's just a quick release thing that goes like this. And we'll go over the thing like that, and this will lock. So I'm going to take it off. And anyway, once it's on there, then this is connected to your CO2 bottle, and it'll just go ahead and puff it up. And you shake it up, and then you have CO2, and it's basically, if it's beer, then it's carbonated. If it's soda, it's carbonated, fizzy, whatever you want to call it, or have head on it, whatever. And then you can pour it into this hole here, and this is just like I said, a reusable bung. I don't want to put too much torque on it just for the sake of a video, but it looks like that. And this is not aluminum, by the way. I tested it with a magnet. So it's either steel of some kind or stainless. So there's another one, a German brew. I actually have beer in here. We're carbonating it, and it's got a plug in there, and that just goes on the underside of this bung. I don't use the gravity end right there. This is a 2-liter bottle, an example of how I would force carbonate with that, and there's actually some residual beer in there. I chose a green bottle just to reduce the skunking of the beer. Who knows if that works or not. This is a 2.5 pound CO2 bottle. I bought this after I went through multiple CO2 cartridges to try and get the beer to flow, and just realizing that my seal wasn't always perfect at first, so I wasted a lot of whatever was in the CO2 cartridge just by hooking it up. So yeah, maybe I could have gotten real good at it, but I just got frustrated with it, and I said, okay, I'm gonna go with a tank that I've got way for the cost. The tank is more economical as far as the CO2 goes, and that way I don't have to keep on changing stuff out every time I run through that amount of CO2. You see how it says it has a double regulator. You'll need that, and a tube that goes to your beer tender. This clear tube is identical to the tube that came with the accessory kit, the Edge Star accessory kit, but I went ahead to Lowe's and just bought a longer one so I'd have a little bit more room to play with. And this came from the beverage factory. The sole fetting as well came from the beverage factory, clamps and all that. So basically just all you have to do is drill a hole into your beer tender, and then on this back casing you can either run it through this what do you call it, this like fenestration, or you can drill a hole in the back like I did and just feed it through there so that you can run it through a little bit easier. It's kind of hard to fit the tubing nicely through there and make it look good. So that hole is pretty clean. It's not the easiest thing to get this little casing on and off without disrupting the switch, and that's kind of the reason why I did the drill way anyway. Apart from that, that's pretty much it. I guess if you have any questions, feel free to make comments and I'll be happy to address them. Alright, enjoy happy brewing, and hopefully this is a good MacGyver trick for you to do too. I really enjoy having it.